Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the Ministry of Education and Partners COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program. The Ministry of Education and Partners COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program is a 30-minute radio intervention support program that is meant to provide continuous instruction to keep you academically engaged during this stay-at-home period, as well as preparing you, our 6th, 9th, and 12th graders for the pending Liberia Primary School Certificate Exam, Liberia Junior High School Certificate Exam, and West Africa Senior Secondary Certificate Exam when the time comes. Also, in addition to this academic support, the program is meant to provide psychosocial support for learners, teachers, and parents, and also tips on how you as parents and teachers can provide support to your students and children at home. Now, let's join our teacher for today's lesson.
Hello students, we are teachers Che Kriboti K. Solomon
and Mr. Aaron T. Bala
of Rising Academies. This is the Rising Youth Movement Partnership for the Ministry of Education COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program. Lesson number 23. Our lesson today is math for students of grade 3 to 4, and the topic is subtracting 3-digit numbers by regrouping using pictures and expanded notation. For today's lesson, we will be able to break minuet and subtract into hundreds, tens, and ones. Solve some subtraction problems, expand the subtract and the minuet. While we listen to these COVID-19 health tips, please take out your pencil, pen, copybooks, and get ready for today's lesson. Again, welcome. Let's learn.
What are the symptoms of COVID-19? COVID-19 symptoms include cough, fever, shortness of breath. In rare cases, COVID-19 can lead to severe respiratory problem, kidney failure, or death. If you have a fever or any kind of respiratory difficulty, such as coughing and shortness of breath, call your doctor.
Welcome back to Radio Math. Hello students. I hope you are feeling good and ready to learn more about numbers. Today, we will be reading and writing numbers in different forms. Here are our fun activities. Mindful moment to get our brains settled and ready to learn. Number warm-up to practice our counting skills. Number workout to work on subtracting numbers. Lastly, challenge problem to apply what we have learned. For today's class, you need paper, a pencil, your hundreds bundles, 10 sticks, and 1 counters. If you don't have these things, that's okay. You can still participate in our lesson today by drawing squares for hundreds, little sticks for tens, and dots for ones. Please gather the materials you need. You will also need to ask someone in your house to be your special partner for today. Please ask them to get ready now. We will now join Teacher Abram for our next activity called Mindful Moment.
Great. Thank you, Teacher Kribo. It is time for our mindful movement. To slow down, calm our minds, and to get ready to learn. Today, we will do a sound focus exercise. Are you ready? Great. First, I want you to sit up straight. Relax your shoulders and close your eyes. We are going to take one deep breath together to start. I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's do it together. Breathe in deeply through your nose and out through your mouth. Great job. I'm going to make a sound. I want you to listen to the sound as long as you can. Focus on the sound while you are breathing. When you cannot hear the sound any longer, I want you to slowly, gently open your eyes. Let's do this one more time. I want you to listen to the sound as long as you can. Focus on the sound while you breathe. When you cannot hear the sound any longer, I want you to slowly, gently open your eyes. Great! I hope you feel calmer and ready to learn. Let's begin our number warm-up. All right, everyone. Next, we will warm up our bodies and brains with an activity called Count and Move. Did you know that moving your body can help improve your memory? We are going to do a number of movements, and as we do, we will practice our subtraction fights within 20. As you subtract, I want you to stretch up high towards the sky. Ready? Go. 20 minus 10 is what?
10.
19 minus 10 is what?
9.
18 minus 10 is what?
8.
17 minus 10 is what?
7.
16 minus 10 is what?
6.
15 minus 10 is what?
5.
14 minus 10 is what?
4.
13 minus 10 is what?
3.
12 minus 10 is what?
2.
11 minus 10 is what?
1.
Great job. Let's keep practicing subtraction. This time, I want you to do a squat each time you subtract. Ready? Go. 20 minus 2 is what?
18.
18 minus 2 is what?
16.
16 minus 2 is what?
14.
14 minus 2 is what?
12.
12 minus 2 is what?
10.
10 minus 2 is what?
8.
8 minus 2 is what?
6.
6 minus 2 is what?
4.
4 minus 2 is what?
2.
And 2 minus 2 is what?
0.
Wow! You are so strong with your body and your mind. If you work it out and practice, it will only get stronger. Let's move on to our number workout activity. Before then, let's join Teacher Kubo for a special message.
You are listening to the Ministry of Education COVID-19 Teaching by Radio program. This is your lower basic primary math level 2 for grade 3 to 4, and we are your teachers. Great work. Now that our bodies and brains are all warm up, let's start our number workout. Listeners, I want you to write this down. Write 485 minus 242. Again, write down 485 minus 242.
Great. The first number which is the number we are subtracting from, is called the minuend. 485 is the minuend. And 242 is the second number, and that number we are subtracting is called the subtrahend. Minuend and subtrahend I only use when we subtract.
Great. So, listeners, I want you to tell your partner what a subtrahend and a minuend is.
When we subtract numbers, the minuend is the first number, and the subtrahend is the second number. When you subtract the minuend minus the subtrahend, you get the answer, and that answer is called the difference.
Great job! When we subtract, we can line up our minuends and subtrahands by their place value, just like we did for addition. I want us to separate each number into hundreds, tens, and ones. So, listeners, I want you to keep track of everything. Let's make a place value chart with 3 columns. I want you to label the right column ones. Label the middle column tens. Label the left column hundreds.
Great! Now, we can represent the minuend and the subtrahend. For the number 485, let's draw 400 squares in the hundreds column and draw 8 10 sticks in the 10 column and draw 5 ones dots in the ones column.
Great! So, listeners, I want you to represent the number 485 by drawing 400 squares, 8 10 sticks, and 5 ones dots. Make sure everything in the correct column.
Now, underneath your picture, we are just going to write 242 with hundreds, tens, and ones. I want you to make sure the numbers are in the hundreds column, the numbers are in the tens column, and the numbers are in the ones column. I want you to show that to your partner.
Good. So, to represent 242, you should have drawn 200 squares, 4 tens sticks, and 2 ones dots. Great job! Now that we have represented both the minuend and the subtrahend with pictures, we are going to take away our subtrahend. So, 242 from the minuend, 485. We won't be using the pictures of 242, but it's important for us to understand what 242 actually looks like. So, what do?
Oh yes, this one, to represent subtraction, we are going to cross out a picture. In our ones column, we have 5 minus 2.
Okay, students, cross 2 dots of the 5 dots. So how many dots do you have left?
Okay. We have 1, 2, 3 dots left in our ones column. So that is 5 minus 2 is 3.
Awesome job! Now we will do the same for the tens. I have 8 sticks and I'm taking away 4 sticks. I want you to cross out 4 sticks off. How many are left?
I counted 4 total tens. Let's write 4 in the tens column. Now, let's do the hundreds. I have 4 squares and I'm subtracting 2 squares. To represent this, I will cross out 2 more squares. That is 4 minus 2 equal 2. Listeners, write the digit 2 in the hundreds column.
Great. Then 485 minus 242 equals 243. Again, 485 minus 242 equals 243. Awesome work. Let's try another one. 598 minus 164. I repeat. 598 minus 164. What is the answer?
Okay, so 598 is our minuend and 164 is our subtrahend. And we are looking to find the difference. Listeners, I want you to draw 598 on your paper with 100 squares, 10 sticks, and 1 dot. Make sure the hundreds, the tens, and the ones are in the correct column.
Great! I drew 500 squares in the hundreds column, 9 10 sticks in the tens column, and 8 ones dots in the ones column.
Now, draw 164 on your paper with 100 squares, 10 sticks, and 1 dots. Make sure the hundreds, the tens, and the ones are in their correct column.
I also made 100 squares in the hundreds column, 16 sticks in the tens column, and 4 ones dots in the ones column. Okay, listeners, I want you to cross out the subtrahend from the minuend. Cross out 100, 6 tenths, and 4 ones. I want you to tell your partner the difference.
I counted 4 hundreds, 3 tens, and 4 ones. The difference is 434.
Great! Thank you, students. What did we learn about subtracting 3-digit numbers?
Great. To subtract 3-digit numbers, we can line up our subtrahend and our minuend into hundreds, tens, and ones. We can do that with pages or our standard algorithm. Then we subtract all the ones, all the tens, and all the hundreds. When we subtract, our answer is the difference.
Wow, great job. We now join teacher Aaron for our next activity called Challenge Problem.
Great job moving. Moving a little in between learning always helps me focus more. Ready for our super fun challenge problem? I'm going to say this problem twice. Then you are going to have some time to work with your partner to solve it. Get ready. Good. Imagine there's a very large tree with 645 leaves on it. Then a large gust of wind comes and 222 of the leaves blow away. The tree has fewer leaves than it did before. How many leaves are remaining? Let me say that one more time. I want you to imagine there's a very large tree with 445 leaves on it. Then a large gust of wind comes and 222 of the leaves blow away. The tree has fewer leaves than it did before. How many leaves are remaining? Listeners, work out the problem with your partner.
This is a problem about losing leaves. We want to know how many are left after losing some. This tells me that this problem is a subtraction problem. At the beginning, we had 645 leaves. I am going to represent the number with hundreds squares, tens sticks, and ones dots. I will have 6 squares in the hundreds column, 4 sticks in the tens column, and 5 dots in the ones column. I also know that 222 leaves are blown away, so 222 is my subtrahend. In pictures, 222 can be represented by 2 squares, 2 sticks, and 2 dots. Now that we have represented both the minuend and subtrahend with pictures, we are going to take away our subtrahend, which is 222 from the minuend, 645. Let's start with the ones column. We can do 5 minus 2, which is 3. So I write 3 in the ones column. Let's move to the tens column. 4 minus 2 is 2. So I write 2 in the tens column. Finally, let's look at the hundreds column. 6 minus 2 is 4. So I write 4 in the hundreds column. The difference is 423.
Wow! Great work using subtraction to help us solve this word problem. Let's join Teacher Kubu for the summary of our lesson.
Well, that's it for our lesson. Great work on subtraction today with 3-digit numbers. First, let's review our assignment from last time. The problem from last section was 432 minus 121. Who can share how to solve this problem?
Yes, I can. First, I decided to break down and expand my numbers. 432 in expanded form is 400 plus 30 plus 2. Using my place value chart, I wrote 400 in my hundreds place, 30 in my tens place, and 2 in my ones place. Next, I put 121 in expanded form. 121 in expanded form is 100 plus 20 plus 1. Then I put 100 underneath the 400. 20 underneath the 30. And 1 underneath the 2. I wanted to make sure all my numbers were lined up correctly. To subtract, I started with the ones place first. So I said 2 minus 1 is 1. So I wrote 1 in the ones place. Next, I looked at the tens place. 30 minus 20 is 10. So I wrote 10 in the tens place. Finally, 400 minus 100 is 300. So I wrote 200 in the hundreds place. Therefore, 300 plus 10 plus 1 is 311.
That's right. Great work, students. For next section, I want you to make up your own 3-digit subtraction problem and share with a friend. See if you can solve each other's subtraction problem and explain your process. Again, I want you to create your own 3-digit subtraction problem and share it with your friend.
I can't wait to hear how it goes.
Great job today. Thank you, students. Stay safe and be well.
Thank you. See you next time.
That was so fun. Thank you for listening. Take out your pencil, pen, and write down the list of the following radio station that will help you to listen to more of this lesson. Troop FM 96.1, ELBC 99.9, ELUM 98.7, Hot FM 107.9, Cool FM 91.9, Equas Radio 91.5, Kings FM 88.5, Freedom FM 87.9, OK FM 99.5, SETI FM 90.2. You can also follow us on community radio stations across the country. Ministry of Education Facebook page at Ministry of Education Liberia, or on the Ministry of Education website www.moe-liberia.org.
Boys and girls, if you have any questions on today's lesson, you can kindly send them through this number 0555 670833. Again, if you have any questions on today's lesson, you can kindly send them through this number 0555 670833. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for that helpful reminder. Boys and girls, that is the end of our class today. We are so happy you were here with us. We hope to talk to you again soon. Goodbye from me, J. Kribotike Solomon.
And goodbye from me, Mr. Aaron T. Bala.
Amen.